Oh. Ugh. Another Teams meeting. Dude, then don't. Go to Seattle. I can do that? Yeah. You're the world's okayest programmer. Yeah.
Hi, whenever you're ready.
4C with cheese, please.
All right, first window.
Thank you.
Second dose?
Yep.
All right, last name.
Hanselman.
And then relax your arm. 1, 2, 3.
That was it?
And that was it.
Magical.
All right.
Thank you.
I really wanted it to be in a theater.
Yeah.
Hey, friends. Hey, Scott.
Hey,
Hi.
Scott.
Going?
Took you long enough.
Thank you, Leslie. I was going to say, it's so nice to see your partially obscured faces. I am fully vaccinated, as I know you all are. Huh? Doesn't that feel great?
Yeah. This better be good. I had to put on something other than sweatpants for this, so.
Yes, it is a year without pants. I do appreciate that. We rented the space last year, and if we didn't use it, I still have to pay for it. So that's why we're here. No, we're here because of energy. Leslie, I cannot do another Teams call. I cannot do another whole conference on a Teams call. It's stressing me out. I love Teams, but seriously.
Scott, I am excited to be here. It's awesome that we're doing this, but this honestly could have been an email.
Technically, you're right. But still, we're here, and I'm excited to be here.
Hey, Scott, quick question though. Why are they here?
Oh, he hangs out with me everywhere I go. Behind the scenes. It was part of the package deal. When you get the theater, you get like people to follow you around. I want the energy. I need to document all this stuff because nobody here takes notes.
Okay, cool.
Can we do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right? Come on, it's review time.
Okay.
Build. Let's do
All
it.
right.
All right. Downstairs, downstairs. Could you care?
Do people need to be enthusiastic as they
You
walk
should
down?
at least try to care.
Okay.
It is your job.
All right.
All right. Got a whiteboard. Good energy. A lot of positivity in the room here, people. What?
There's like a very fancy surface that you could be using instead of the whiteboard that's
Is that
in front
even
of it.
plugged in? Oh, cool. All right.
As long as we talk about Visual Studio.
Well, I mean, we have to talk about Windows too. Like, the stuff we've been doing in Windows is awesome.
But there's also WSL. Talk about some Linux action and Visual Studio.
Which runs on Windows.
That's true.
Focus, focus, focus. I want to figure out what we're going to talk about at Build here.
I think we should be talking about Windows. I think the last 2 years have been awesome for Windows,
Okay.
and telling that story is super, super great.
So Visual Studio is really cool, especially Visual Studio 2022. That's coming out, that's great. And we got WSL that we can play around with.
Okay,
We have GitHub
WSL.
productivity. Who doesn't love productivity?
Okay.
Right?
Megan
On
is in the
that,
slides making him awesome. I like that. Thank you for that.
We should talk about the faster inner loop with GitHub code spaces.
Inner
That's
loop, okay.
hot.
So inner loop means like you write some code and you see the change, and you write some code and you see the change, and it happens really fast, right?
I mean, .NET's good. We should talk about .NET, right?
Hey, but did you get the inner loop with code spaces?
Okay, code space. I'm getting overwhelmed now. There's a lot.
Oh,
here.
don't forget
Hang
about
on.
Hot Reload. Hot Reload.
Talk about
I like
Python,
it.
Node,
Megan, are you following any
Oh,
of this?
have you heard of Playwright? You should be using Playwright.
Maybe this was a bad
Got
idea.
it?
Oh, thank you. Hopefully, Megan will be able to turn this into something
Ooh,
somewhat
some magic.
Very nice, Megan.
job,
Appreciate
Megan.
that.
Wow,
Nicely
yeah,
done.
nice.
All right, cool.
Killing it.
I'm going to just draw everything and let her do all the work. All right, sweet. Cool. So, to recap, I heard us say we can build anything with Windows. That's going to be cool. We'll show WSL as well. Productive inner loop. That was good. We use Visual Studio. We use GitHub. Dig it. I like it. And then, of course, any language, any developer, any platform, code and language of your choice. Sound good?
Looks
Yeah,
good.
that sounds great.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So I've actually got an idea that could cover a couple of these. So I could just show my idea demo real quick?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's do it.
okay.
All right, rock on. All right, so we all know that Windows is the best box for developers, and you can run Linux on Windows now, which is really cool. So it's also the best box for any developer, for anyone doing anything. So I'm going to take this machine, which theoretically has nothing set up on it already, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'll go down here to the Start menu, and I'm going to type CMD, and I will pop up the command line here. In Windows, you can set the Windows terminal as the...
Hanselman! Can't see your screen!
Why are you here? All right, is that better?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go into the Start menu. See, I got PowerShell, I got the command prompt, I've got Windows PowerShell. And what I can actually do is I can do a hotkey here, and I'm going to open up PowerShell in a separate tab, and I'll go ahead and maximize this. Now take a look at the prompt, right? You see how the prompt is all kind of blinged out? I'm using this thing called Oh My Posh, and I've got like a cool fonts and glyphs. I'm going to go to GitHub, and I'll go to hanselman.com, And then let me go up one, I'll go down into my podcast. So I've got two different things here. And you notice that I've actually got the GitHub branch, I've got the version of .NET. It's all like set up there with the cool glyphs and everything. So now I'm gonna run winget search and I'll look for like, let's say .NET. And then when I do that, it's gonna go and search the catalog here that Winget has, and you use Winget, to set up all your machine. There you go. See, I got .NET at the top right there. And then we'll go Winget search and we'll look for like Node.js. And now we look there, I've got Node.js. So I can go and get all the software that I want. And then I can even, check this out, I'm going to switch over to a JavaScript that I made. That's like a list of the stuff that I want to have on my machine, right? So I want to have Git, I want to have PowerToys and stuff. So I put those in this JSON file, and then I can go back and I can say winget import, and I'll say set up new box, and then I hit enter, and it goes and installs all the stuff that I would need to get that particular machine set up exactly the way that I want it. That's cool. Now, if I hold down Alt, check this out, I'm gonna hold down Alt, and I can open a split screen. So I've got Ubuntu on the right, and I've got on the left Windows. And I've actually got my podcast website. I moved my podcast website over to .NET 5. So we got, there you go, there's HTOP. This proves that it's like Linux, right? So we got Ubuntu on the right, we got Windows on the left, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch over to Visual Studio. Okay, so here I've got my GitHub log, and you can see my branches and all this stuff. It's all integrated. This is part of the new stuff that we've got in Visual Studio for GitHub support. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that Ubuntu instance that we had before, and I'm going to just zoom in here at the top. See, it says WSL2. I can run it under IIS, or I can run it under WSL2, and I can actually hit F5, and I'm going to start a debug session. I'm running Visual Studio 2019 on Windows, but I'm actually debugging it inside Linux. Now look. See where it says user-share.net? It doesn't say C:\program files or whatever. That's literally using the .NET that I have installed inside of Ubuntu. So then I pop up Edge. Check it out. Localhost 5001. That's Edge on Windows running on my for my website that's running on .NET on Linux. A little bit of inception, huh? Isn't that sweet? Whoa. Leslie, are you teamsing me? I am literally right here.
Sorry, I do that a lot. That's all well and good, but I think I can do you one better. Mind if I steal the keyboard for a bit?
By all means, here you go.
Thank you. So you were talking about how you can run your apps on the server side in Linux, right? But you can do that with the client side too, right? So let's go locate the Ubuntu window, and I can show you. And let's open up GIMP. And as you can see, look, the window, it looks exactly like a Linux window. The cursor's changed. So we can take that even a step further, and in Visual Studio under the web browser, let's change it to be the Linux build of Microsoft Edge. So instead of just running your app on the server side in Linux, I can also run that app on the client side as well.
I'll believe it when I see it, Leslie.
Uh-huh. Well, you will believe. So here we go.
All right.
Getting the local host all booted up.
Yeah. Yep, there's my website.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, there's the website. As you can see, Tux the Penguin is chilling with the Edge logo here.
Well, I don't know, it still kind of looks like Edge.
Seriously? Okay, so if you don't believe me yet, I can actually type in Edge version, and there you go. And there's Linux. Pretty sweet, huh?
I stand corrected.
Thank you.
I also use Linux in the cloud, so like GitHub Actions and places like that. I want to run my continuous integration stuff in the cloud. Can we do that as well?
Yeah, I got you covered. So have you heard of Playwright by any chance?
I have heard of Playwright. It's new.
Yeah, so it's a cool testing library that lets you automate your applications across multiple different kinds of browsers. So I have added Playwright to the top of my code here, and I've got a lot going on, but specifically we're gonna check to see if the app that I want to run and test is in a Docker container or a build server. If it is, then I can load up a headless browser. So the browser won't actually appear, but it'll still run those tests. But in this case, I'm not using a container, so we're just going to boot up a non-headless browser, and I expect the browser to physically appear in that case.
Okay.
I wanted to condense in a helper function that I have here called verify text, and that's something that I'm gonna have to apply to every test that I've written. I've written at least 10, haven't checked lately, but it's a lot.
It's kind of the same thing multiple times. Go to the page, look at the text, go to the page, look at the text.
Check to see that the links work, check to see that the title's correct.
Integration testing.
Exactly.
Cool.
In this case, I want to make my code a little cleaner and less repetitive. So let's change the await page line to my verify text and destination tags. So I only have
a little
to use
helper
one
function.
line.
Not a Playwright thing, but a helper function
Exactly.
that you made yourself. Okay.
Yep. So
and now we what? Watch you do this 40 times. That's exciting.
hold your
Leslie.
horses. Watch the magic happen. I got you. So let's go ahead and do verify text a couple more times. Believe in the process. We're almost there. And okay, so if you notice, there's some little ellipses here. Let's zoom in. And that refers to IntelliCode. So IntelliCode now can infer what I'm about to do next based off of all of my past boring, repetitive behaviors and give me a suggestion as to what line of code I want to have refactored
So
next.
it's like figured out that there's a refactoring that doesn't exist and it made it.
Exactly, and it's letting me apply it to everything that matches that same pattern, which is great. So that saved me a lot of time and a lot of tedium.
And you cleaned up all my unit tests. Thank you for
I
doing
sure
that.
did. You're very
Appreciate that.
welcome.
Okay.
Once again, in the Linux terminal, we're going to go ahead and do .NET test. And now all of those Playwright tests start up.
Now this is not running in a build server.
Nope.
So I would expect a browser to pop up.
Right. So the
This
browser
is not headless.
Exactly. This is not headless. Therefore, it should be here. There it is. Voila. Look, I'm not even touching. Just sit back and watch the test run. In this case, 23 of them run
Nice.
successfully.
Okay.
GitHub Actions actually has a Playwright option too. So I added the same stuff in GitHub Actions and it will do the very same thing that we just did in Visual Studio.
There it is.
Magic.
I like it. we'll use that demo in build. Is that cool?
Yeah, and you know, it's not even just a demo because we have game developers like Blizzard, like Diablo Blizzard, using our tools to make their games. How sweet is that?
That is basically making us game developers. So,
So we actually have video footage of that.
all right, cool. Where is it?
I believe it's in your OneDrive last time I checked.
Okay, I will go up and I will beep boop bop boop beep boop.
We at Blizzard develop our servers on Windows, but we actually build and deploy them on Linux. When we experience a crash in our environment, we like to grab the core dump and figure out what went wrong. The actual goal was to be able to use Visual Studio, which is the tool set we're all familiar with and we love. The idea of doing that has always been unattainable.
We are able to develop a solution, validate the solution with Blizzard. It democratizes that whole process.
It's incredible.
Good stuff.
All right, I dig it. We can put that in there. We'll find a place for that. Let's put that in the keynote too. Cool.
Video games are always a great buzzword
I
to
love
have.
it. And seriously, I will crush you later because I literally have like,
Oh,
my
it's
Diablo.
on.
It's seasonal right now, and I'm crushing it in Diablo right now. All right, so check this out. There's actually a blog post that goes into depth about this, about how they do the debugging of their Linux core dumps using Visual Studio. There's cool screenshots of what's coming in Diablo 4, as well as like architectural explanations. This is all written by Erica on our team, and it talks about how they go and use this stuff. It's pretty sweet, and you can check out that blog post right there. Let us recap. All right, so starting with Megan's slides, we've got build anything on Windows, blah, 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 marketing. Improvements in terminal and WinGet. We set up a machine. We used the new terminal. We set it as default. Linux app development, very nice, with WSL2 running Linux on Windows and also Linux GUI apps. And cross-platform UI testing with Playwright. That was hot. Dig it. Nicely done. I got a couple other ideas I just want to run by you all. I got this cool thing on Kickstarter. It's called a LumiCube. It's a Raspberry Pi in a cube, lights up, super cool.
Hey, Scott,
What?
can we go through some of the other topics instead of doing the toy thing?
Okay, fine. Maybe not that. That's fine. I do have, however, if you want to be more official, I've got a brief Hello World diagram that is in Cloud Native. So we can go a little bit here and just discuss Hello World in the cloud, right? We just take about 45 minutes and run through this real quick? All right, cool. Let's do that.
You want to go check out some hot reload stuff?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think I want to get out of here for a sec. Good luck.
Okay. All right. Well, we're doing this
Yeah, I
cloud
guess I'm stuck
thing.
here.
Okay. So it all starts with a guy in a red shirt.
Okay, lucky break. Anyway, I had some hot reload stuff I was thinking about putting together a demo for. I think that would be really cool to talk about. I'll show you what I got so far and maybe we can figure something out.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, did y'all say you needed a hot reload demo? I got a cool one right here.
Abel, what are you doing here?
What?
Of course I was going to be here. This is Build, the premier conference for developers. Wasn't going to miss this for the world.
Welcome. Show us what you got.
All right, check this out. So I'm going to bring this up in Visual Studio. And here's the source for this application. And this right here is where we build out our scenes. So I'm going to use the update model view method, and this is where I'm going to demo. First thing, let's snap this to the left, and then launch our application using the debugger. So here it comes. It's going to initialize. And next, I'll go ahead and click on OK. And here's our Minecraft clone, right? You can move around, you can look around. Notice there's an independent light source as well, and it's revolving around independently, casting shadows. So this is all written in C# and .NET 5. Pretty cool. So let's snap this to the right-hand side. And now we've got our app running in the debugger. And we know it's running in the debugger. We can do things like zoom in and we can see how much memory it's using in real time, how much CPU it's using, right? It's in the debug session. I'm gonna go ahead and make some changes to the code. Now, before this turns into a big giant thing, you gotta bring your app down. Oh, just a pain, right? So much easier now. Check this out. You just type in your changes. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in the time, which is the current time in milliseconds, to the create rotation Z method. Next, we'll go ahead and go to debug and apply code changes. Now, this is super cool. When I go ahead and click this, notice that it doesn't stop the debugger. It doesn't rebuild, right? You click apply code changes and bam, it just picks up the changes automatically.
That's super cool.
But wait, there's more, right? Check this out. Let's make another change. I'll remove it. I'll press Control S to save, and bam, it automatically picks up those code changes. How cool is that,
That
right?
is so cool.
Yeah.
How much
Really?
time I lose just having to stop and start.
I know, because before, what did we have to do? We would have to bring our debugger down. We'd have to make the code changes. We'd have to rebuild our applications, fire up our debugger. Hopefully it remembers where our breakpoints are, right?
Yeah.
Now, you just make the change. So this right here will save you so much time.
This needs to go and build.
Yeah, absolutely. And developers, they need to run, right? And not walk towards their latest installation of Visual Studio and check out hot reloads.
Yeah, I gotta say Hot Reload is pretty hot.
Super cool. Well, I'm glad you guys liked it. Let me go ahead and send it to you so you'll have it. You can show Scott. Oh, also, I wanted to send you this other video of this new loading thing we're doing with the Visual Studio 2022. Oh my God, it is so incredibly cool. This is specifically for what? Gigantic projects, right? It loads it so much faster now. Let me send that to you as well.
That's going to be really useful.
You show up out of nowhere and you come with some of the best demos. Get out of here.
That's what I do, man.
We should definitely go tell Scott about this. Let's go.
All right.
See y'all.
I think we should recap this. Let me start over from scratch. I'm going to erase everything and just explain the whole deal to you again.
Hey, y'all. What have you been up to?
You missed some great stuff.
I thought there was a lot of conversation.
We saw an awesome demo that Abel showed us.
Abel was here.
Yeah.
Did not say hi.
It's not interested in that, Scott. Come on. It was an awesome demo on Hot Reload.
Was it spicy?
It was pretty spicy.
Okay, if you say it was spicy and hot, then we'll put it into the demo.
In addition to Hot Reload, he also shared this cool looking video on Visual Studio 2022 that we should check out.
Oh, okay, let's check it out.
Sweet. So this is a huge solution that has lots of files, and usually that would take a pretty long time to load up when you're booting up Visual Studio.
300,000 files?
Yeah, but I mean, look at that. The 2022 version, it's already up and running.
Oy vey.
100,000 plus
2.5
files.
minutes there.
Yep.
2019. The product that we love,
Yep.
still going. This is 64-bit though, right?
Yeah, that's 64-bit. Yeah, much faster too.
300,000 files.
That is a lot of files.
That's bananas.
Yep.
I like it. All right, let's put that in. And come on, we don't want to forget my cube that I was talking about earlier. It's going to be hot. I think we could probably integrate it with
Let's go get lunch.
right.
always a bridesmaid. This is so disrespectful. I have ideas.
Hey, lunch!
Sorry, Scott.
Microsoft bought me double meat. It's so good. It's better when someone else pays for it. I think it's ethical. This is 95% ethical. It's Nelson. Don't say anything.
Hey, Scott.
Hi. Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. I know you're in the middle of brainstorming your keynote, but have you had a chance to think about privacy?
Yeah, privacy is important. I mean, I know Microsoft runs on trust. I've done all the training. I definitely don't want to go down the wrong road. So I've tried to put as much thought as I can into privacy and security.
That's right. Microsoft values privacy and security to mean trust with their customers. I mean, this stuff is serious, Scott. Have you been taking time to consider ethics, globalization, one serving of barbacoa instead of 3?
I recognize that triple meat may have been an overreach on my part.
Scott, I better not hear about you downloading a key generator to access third-party software on a Microsoft device.
I will not be doing that anymore. I appreciate your feedback, sir. Hey, you're breaking up a little bit. We're going into a tunnel.
Wait, Scott? Hey, Scott, you might need to update the software on your Microsoft Surface if that's where you're calling me from.
Nelson, man. I mean, like, he's right, but I mean, I'm doing I do my training, man. He's all up in my business. All right, after lunch, where were we at?
Actually, I think this is a great time to look at the GitHub Codespaces demo. I have a great demo, which we totally need to see.
Is that on your laptop?
Yeah, it's on my laptop. I can hook it up.
Okay, you want it here?
No, actually, I want it to be theater style. Yeah, it's on.
This was totally worth it.
Scott, you were all about positivity like 2 minutes ago.
I apologize.
Okay. You see this GitHub repo of mine, right? Now, I am going to get you into a code space.
Okay.
Now, what is a code space, you ask? Well, it's an awesome dev environment in the cloud. It comes pre-built with all these dependencies that you don't even have to care about. You can literally get started from your GitHub repo, and you're right into a VS Code experience in the browser.
So I'm right into VS Code?
Well, it is VS Code with all its bells and whistles, but it's more, right? Yes, of course, I can go to files and open it, and like, let's see, I can look at index.js. Let me open it. I'll show you it has all the syntax highlighting, all the nice stuff that we're used to, right? But I can do more. I can go into my very nice and happy extensions marketplace and download my favorite extensions, which is
Live share, because
yes,
you work on it.
of course.
Yeah.
Well, you can't hate on collaboration,
No,
Scott.
it's good. So you're actually adding extensions, but you're not in VS Code.
No,
you're
I'm
adding
not.
it into the environment?
I am adding that into the code space. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And I can use it just like I would in VS Code. Like I told you, it's more than that. I'm able to actually run and build this code without doing any setup. You see, I'm running npm run dev now, okay? And you'll see that this is getting built. You didn't see me install anything.
Well, you're on /workspaces/haikus build. That's not your C
That's
drive.
not local, right?
Okay.
The port got forwarded. You see that my app is active. It's on. Now let me go back to the code space and I'll show you something really cool. Now, if I want to add this port in a reusable way into the code space where nobody has to do any of the setup, right?
Sure.
I can take advantage of these awesome configuration templates that Codespaces has. We have tons of them, and you can customize. It's just like a starting point for you. This is obviously a Node.js app, so I'm going to use that Node.js one and going to like the default Node version, and that's going to give me this dev container.json file, which is this fancy way for you to update and customize your configurations. Now, you saw me add LiveShare earlier as a VS Code extension. I can add that into my dev container.json, and that means that anybody who uses this code space, like on my team, will get it, right? And I can do the same thing for my port. I can name it something useful and then add it to the dev container.json, and then it's automatically over there. Always. And the reusability of this, right, like to just get started for anybody is awesome. Now, you might imagine, how do I make these changes in the best way possible? I can literally just rebuild that from right here, and I don't need to do anything. It's almost like just refreshing my browser. All the changes that I made to the container.json file that you saw.
Oh, okay. So it's
just take
recycling
effect.
the container.
Yes.
It's got all your extensions, your ports forwarded the way that you want it,
And
all your
it
settings.
reconnects, and it's set.
And there's your installed CodeSpace live share there.
There
okay,
you can
cool.
see it. Let me run this app again, right? And you already saw that I showed you the port and how it gets forwarded and built, and that's great.
Localhost 3000.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
But one of the other cool things is now, if you want to look at my work while I'm doing it, I can make this port public for you. I'm literally going to make it public right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to team send it to you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and then go on, look at it.
I'll go over there.
It's magic.
All right. There is your dog. Cool. So that's the website. So I see port 3000
Yeah.
in the URL. It's turned into a public port.
Yeah.
And look at that.
It's a code space. None of this is cloned on your local machine. None of that's happening.
Okay. Now this is the app, though. Can I see my own code space? Can I log in with my own
Yeah,
thing?
so every GitHub repository can be a code space. You can start with a universal image, you can use template containers, or you can customize it. You can do whatever you want. It's really easy to get started and make it better as you go.
I dig it. It's got a dog. It's got code spaces. I'm sold. That's a demo, too. Let's put that in.
Awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and close the curtains. So we're feeling good about the inner loop. I like it, dig it. Now, code in the language of your choice. I said it before, I didn't feel supported. I'm going to say it again, that this cube, I've got this cube, and I think it's cool.
Okay.
Dude, come on. It's a cube. It's cool. It's lights.
It's getting kind of late.
Is the sun getting real low?
Can we do this later?
No, we're doing the cube. So buckle up, Buttercup. It's happening. All right. So it's called a LumiCube. It's a Raspberry Pi inside. But what's neat about it is that I can code it with Python. Right? We got really good Python support in Visual Studio Code. We can use Pylance, which is new and plugged into Visual Studio Code. So, like, can I just show you this potential demo?
That sounds.
All right, cool. We'll do that. It's going to be good. Let me sit down here, get this thing figured out.
I'm digging your sheep, man.
You like the sheep?
Yeah, I like the
Yeah, that's eSheep. You can get that in the store.
Just did.
You got the eSheep? It's good. You can make custom sheep. It's nice. All right. I'm going to go into Visual Studio Code. You see, I've got Python, and I've also got Pylance, okay? Pylance adds some language server features to Python. Now, the code that this cube uses is Python code. So, like this right here is is Ripple. And if I hover over one of the methods, you can see that I get that kind of cool document tip there. We don't have to go looking for documentation. We get that code completion info tip that pops up right there, which is pretty cool. Now, if I want to use a particular thing, like if I want to say, let me see here, I don't know, time. Let's say I want to say time, okay? Time, dot, and then I could go and say auto import, kind of like usings in C# or other languages, and boom, it automatically brings in import time, and then I hit time, dot, you see, and it pops up all the different things that time potentially has, which is pretty cool. Gives you a lot more rich language service there for Python. You like that? So this is just a chunk of code that does a bunch of X, Y, Z type things in the different axes we've got on this particular cube. You know, it's pretty simple stuff, but it's kind of a Ripple-y code here, okay? Now I'm going to run this Python code here that's going to change the lights on the LumiCube, which, like I mentioned before, I got on a Kickstarter. Now, if I hover over Set 3D here, you see how I get the rich documentation for that particular method pulled out by Pylance, which is pretty sweet. So I don't have to go back and forth and go and dig into how this particular thing works. Let's go ahead and run that. See? Look.
Disco in here.
Isn't that cool? Right, so the whole thing lights up, right? You can do all kinds of stuff. It's got like, what's it called? Gyroscopes and speakers and all kinds of stuff. It's not just lights, it's a whole thing, right? I need to use Python to do it, so I want to have as good of a feature as I can and as rich language features that I get with Pylance. Okay, so back to the code here. That one is the Ripple code. I'm going to switch over to this Minecraft one. So the idea was, you know, you'd mentioned, I think at lunch that Abel, we did some kind of Minecraft thing, right? So maybe I could integrate that C# Minecraft clone with a Minecraft thing and turn that into a Minecraft block in real life. So if I open up this REST book here, which lets me make a REST API call, I'm actually going to post the code and the graphics and stuff from my Minecraft.json in this VS Code native notebook environment right here. So this is kind of like Jupyter Notebooks, but it's the native notebook experience that's built into Visual Studio Code. So I can hit post. We just posted it. Okay, there we go. So I just posted the code to the LumiCube. And then if I push the button on the side here, where's the button? There we go. So like it's a Minecraft block, right? Or it's like, that was supposed to be sand. That didn't really kind of work out. TNT. So I want to like integrate it with the Python. The Python and the C# so that like if you touch something in the Minecraft world, the physical block like leaps into the physical world, which I thought would be kind of hot.
All right.
That's
Cool.
kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
That could be a thing. We could do a thing with that.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Any language, any platform, Raspberry Pi, everybody loves a Pi.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you actually know how to code.
Thank you for your low expectations. All right, I thought that was a good demo. Come on, give me a little something.
That's a cool demo.
Thank you for your begrudging respect. All right. I think that covers code in the language of your choice, right? We did Python, Felicia had Node, Abel had C#. We saw all kind of different things. We saw Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio 2019, Visual Studio 2022. That's pretty good coverage, right? I mean, we've got to feel good about that. In this demo, we saw the improved Python editing experience with Pylance, and then RESTbooks is kind of cool. And then, of course, I got to use my cube, which I carried all the way from Portland, which I thought was really nice.
Can I borrow the cube?
You can borrow the cube, and they got a Kickstarter, so thank you for the small business that offered us that cube to play with. So that's cool. And then if we look at like the whole day holistically, right, we covered WSL, we covered Visual Studio, we covered Linux, both graphical and otherwise. We did all the inner loop stuff. We saw the AI-powered refactorings, which was hot, the new GitHub stuff in Visual Studio, and then all the language stuff that we just talked about.
Yeah, that's great.
Right? As rehearsals go, that was pretty good. Like we could totally come back tomorrow and do this again.
Well, we did everything already.
Yeah, I thought we already killed it. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, so
We're
you know.
one-shot wonders.
You are a one-shot wonder, Felicia. We do have a couple camera folks here who were here to take notes and watch everything. So we could theoretically ship this. Question is, would anyone notice, and would I be fired? Guthrie's never going to watch this.
Well, you're on the line. I don't really care.
I think we try. I think we go for it. We ship this, we call it a keynote, and then I can go and I got other stuff. I got stuff to do. Yeah, okay.
Scott, if we're going to ship this, could you just give a note to our audience at Build?
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. Hey, we're going to ship this because developers like to keep it dry, right? Don't repeat yourself. So we did it once. We did it awesome. We're going to call this the keynote. We appreciate you hanging around with us today, and we hope you have fun with the rest of Build and all the great both live and on-demand sessions. All right, cool. Even though we've been inside all the day, well, socially distanced, fully vaccinated, check this out. As we pack up from our friends at Windows Swap, it's other people's windows.
That's really nice.
This is cool.
To feel outside.
It is nice to feel outside. So each time you click it, you get a different window. So let's pack up and we'll enjoy the sounds and views of the outside.
You know what? I'm actually going to go outside.
You're going to actually go outside? Well, I'm going to stay here because it's just like outside.
Later, Megan.
Bye.
That was good. Stealing that. Am I just going to clean up on myself?